It's good to be here, man. I feel great. I feel so good. But I'm on Prozac, and these aren't my real emotions. None of this is real to me. It's just not, man. I'm here from New York. I'm staying in Reno for a little while. I really like Reno, man, because, I never saw a baby with a tattoo before. It's cool, it's...
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting edition of the world-famous low-budget show.
You ain't fucking famous.
With me, Damon Millard. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have a great show for you today.
Define great, you hack.
It's great because on today's show we have comedian Kate Sedgwick.
You mean comedian?
No, I mean comedian. We also, on today's show, will be giving away the Best Ofs awards for 2015.
Best of? According to who?
According to me. Unfortunately, Juggalo John cannot join us today because it's New Year's Eve 2015, and Juggalo John does not work on any day that can be considered a holiday, whether it be religious, governmental, or whatever Groundhog Day is. He just won't show up.
Maybe you should leave too.
You know what, sir?
What's that?
Why don't you just sit there, enjoy the show, and drink your beer?
That's what she said.
Who?
Your mom at the script club, who's a big fat whore.
Oh, boy. It would appear that we have a studio heckler.
Yeah, your mom heckled my balls.
Very funny.
With her mouth.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to take care of this, and then when we come back, I'm going to give away the 2015 Best Ofs Awards, including some exciting categories like Best Meme, Best Christmas Present, and Best Way to Masturbate Without Being Caught. Alright, we'll be right back.
This part of the show is brought to you by non-menthol Newports. You should smoke these cigarettes, man. They're like, they're the best cigarettes.
Welcome back, everybody. That was a weird start to the show, wasn't it? I'm kind of glad that's over with. But today is a very exciting show because today we are doing what I'm calling the Best of Awards 2015. 15, if you say it correctly. That's right. Today is the final day of the year 2015, and therefore we should recognize those people who achieved some great things. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. This is not your average award show. Let's just get right into it. Our first award is going to be for Best Meme. If you don't know what a meme is, it's where people put words onto pictures, and that's it. You know what? The one thing I hated about recently, the popularity of what's called stand-up shots. Do you guys know what that is? That's where there's a guy. It's a photo of a guy doing stand-up like this, and he's holding the mic, and then his joke is written on there like a meme. It's just written words, his joke. And, why are you guys doing that? Make people come to your shows, you stupid fucks. So, anyway, I won't be giving an award for best stand-up shot, because that's fucking retard. Woo! Okay, but I will give an award to this meme right here. Alright, best meme. Woo! A Best Ofs 2015 award goes to the best meme sharer. That's going to be my Facebook friend, Mr. Rob Murray, for constantly sharing. If you go down this dude's Facebook page, it's a post, share of all types of crazy shit that he finds on the internet. And so, because of that, I'm going to give the award for Best Meme Sharer to Rob Murray. In a related award, Most Neglected Wife goes to Kim Murray. That's Rob's wife. So congratulations, you two. I hope it works out. I'm sure you guys are doing great. You guys are probably doing fine. Next up is the best low budget viewer, and that's gonna go. I got a split. That's gonna go to my sister Amber Moore, who watches all of my shows, and also Tony Brancati, who somehow cares about this show. I don't know how he does it or why, but those you guys just won 2 awards for that. Well, you didn't each win 2. You each won 1, and I just gave away 2. Holy fuck! Shut up. This is a bad idea. All right, let's move on. Best of Christmas present. Best of Christmas present. That's gonna go to Robin Lakritz for these rubber bands that she gave me. That's right. Rubber bands. In case you don't know what your boyfriend or whatever wants for Christmas, just get them colorful rubber bands and move on. Best of Comedy Fest. This is a good one. A lot of people got their own horse in the race on this one. Best Comedy Fest goes to the one you got into. That's right. Whatever Comedy Fest you got into this year, that's the best one. Enjoy that. Okay, here's a real personal one. The next award is the Best of award for Best Internet Meltdown. Best Internet Meltdown. That goes to me. I got the Best Internet Meltdown for having a mental breakdown after going on an alcoholic bender, which landed me in recovery. So, yeah! 2015, bitches! All right, let's move on, guys. Best website, if you think best means worse. That goes to Huffington Post. That fucking piece of tabloid garbage. So again, best website, if you think best means worst, that goes to Huffington Post. Good for you guys. Good for you. And the best overall website, that goes to Pornhub. That's right. Pornhub is a pornography-based website. But here's what a lot of people don't think about when they go to Pornhub. After you're done whacking off and you still have that self-hatred, scroll down into the comments, because down there in the comments, there's all types of political discussions. There's the discussion that all people should be having about race. That's right down there, right in the comments. It's already happening online. It's just not happening on HuffPost. It's happening in Pornhub. That's where people are finding the real answers. So, go to Mia, what's her name? Mia Kuka? I don't know. Go to some like interracial gangbang, because there's gonna be some good stuff right down in the comments. Do that. And so, okay, best overall website goes to Pornhub. Porn, P-O-R-N, hub, H-U-B.com. There you go. Best jokes of 2015. Knock knock jokes. That's right. You guys thought they weren't? No, it is. Best jokes of 2015. Best ofs goes to knock knock jokes. Knock knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana who? Banana Republic. Oh, this is a tough room. I get no respect. All right. Best open mic for 2015. Best open mic. The one you didn't go to. That's right. Best open mic of 2015 is the one you didn't go to. Man, because we all killed and there was an audience and it was dope. All right. Did that. Best profile picture on Facebook. That goes to Crane's Butter. That's right, Crane's Butter with this picture right here. Best profile picture of 2015. There was a lot of girls out there with huge knockers who I had to consider. But when it came right down to it, I had to give it to the boy I don't even know what's going on in this picture. It's brutal, and he owns it. Way to go, Cranes. You've been a long time winner on this show, and I'll probably never get you your presents. Okay, best lie is a tie. The best lie of 2015 is a tie between Josh Ballou, who told a guy selling CDs that he didn't listen to music. That's a good one. And me for telling Broome County, the Broome County Court that I did not have a drinking problem when I went for my DWI trial. So those are the best two lies of 2015. Josh Ballou for telling a guy he doesn't listen to music, although he looks like this. And for me for telling a judge that I didn't have a drinking problem when I'm in court for my second DWI. That's right. That's right. Best of award, 2015 best of award for best way to keep up your pants. Belt, that's right. Belt wins again. Belt is on fire in this category. Along with this one too. Best way to keep drinks cold. Ice, that's right. Ice. Ice winning again. Just demolishing that category. Best way to stay warm. Heat, that's right. Heat. Heat winning that category. But it was followed closely by farts and then prayer. So, best way to keep warm in 2015 was heat, followed by farts, and then actually a pretty far away third was prayer. Okay, cool. Oh, this is where we get a little abstract. Best radio station, I personally voted for 88.9 Milwaukee Radio, 88.9 Radio Milwaukee. They did not win this year. The best radio station went to CDs. That's right. The best radio station of 2015 was CDs. The best CDs of 2015 was the iPod. The best iPod of 2015 was the iPad. The best iPad of 2015 was the laptop. The best laptop of 2015 was Johnny 5 from Short Circuit. And the best way to watch Johnny 5 in Short Circuit was a live Broadway play of the movie Short Circuit. So, in summation, the best radio station of 2015, according to all the votes tallied, is a Broadway play. That's right. Best radio station is a Broadway play. You heard it here first, guys. That's it. That's it for the awards. Thank you guys so much for continuing to tune in to the Low Budget Show. Thank you guys for following my life. I'd like to make an announcement right here, right now. February 26th and 27th, I'm going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, recording my debut album, Shame, Pain, and Love. And it's, it's a milestone. It's 6.5 years in the making. And if you're in the Milwaukee area, check it out. Check out my website, DamonMillardComedy.com. I would love to see you guys there. I want to get this one behind me. I want to move on. I got some more sophisticated stuff I want to talk about in the future. My life is changing. I quit drinking 21 days ago. I have a super group of friends behind me. So many people after I had that meltdown on Facebook. So many people. I mean, everybody was coming out of the woodwork. If you need anything, call me. And you know what? When the chips are down, you find out who your people are. And I'm proud to say I got a lot of you guys in my corner. I'm probably facing jail time on a real honest to goodness fucking thing. Because I'm a fuck up. I fuck up my life. And that's what I talk about in my show. I don't hide anything. But seriously, thank you guys so much for being there for me. Let's not let this sadness fucking keep us from having a great time. Coming up right now is an interview with the very funny Louisville, Kentucky comedian Kate Sedgwick. Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the interview portion of the show where I talk to somebody who I think is cool and interesting. Today on the show, I have stand-up comedian Kate Sedgwick. How's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for stopping through.
Thanks for having me over.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the show. Just a little bit of background for you. I figured she'd be late, so well, nope. punctual, which sucked because I was running behind. So I get to the door. I'm in like I'm in my sweatpants and stuff. I'm like, you son of a bitch! The first person to show up on time. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I try to be punctual. Certainly not. I lived in Buenos Aires for a while. Everyone's late. I got in the habit of being late, but I think it was taking public transportation everywhere all the time.
Yeah, because you can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't predict how long it'll take to get anywhere. So you try to be on time, and you just can't.
Yeah, with public transportation, you miss one thing, and it'll ruin your whole week. You lived there for a while?
5 years.
Okay. You weren't born there, were you?
No.
You're not Buenos Airian,
No.
are you?
They say porteño.
Porteño?
Yeah.
That means what? Native?
Of the port.
Of the port. Cool. What was that like?
It was pretty awesome. I that's where I started doing stand-up.
Oh, that must be...
I think escaping Louisville, like, I'm crazy, and I always felt like people were talking about me, and part of that was in my head, and part of it was that I did really ridiculous shit, and people might have been talking about me.
Yeah.
But I went there, and I knew they couldn't be, because they didn't know who I was, and I couldn't even understand what they were saying at first, so I was like...
I know that feeling of, like, getting away, like, because I grew up in a really small hometown, and then I started working in the news, and when I first took a job out of state, oh man, it's like starting over, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And the culture shock was intense. Like, if you read too much shit, you think every place is dangerous.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know if I was in a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood when I first got there. Like, if I knew that I was walking the wrong direction, I would walk all the way the fuck around the whole block instead of turning around in the middle of the block so that I looked like I was lost. Like, the dumbest. Yeah. And then, you get used to things and you understand when you're in a bad neighborhood. It's pretty much the same everywhere. When you're in a bad neighborhood, you can tell, like,
you can
shit's falling apart.
Gunshots.
Yeah,
Not a lot of gunshots in good neighborhoods. Unless they're shooting, like, those clay pigeons and stuff.
Yeah, a friend of mine saw somebody get fucking murdered right on his street there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Bad neighborhood there.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. So what was doing stand-up like in a different country? Actually, you didn't have anything to compare it to at the time, right?
I didn't, but I think there's things that I still do that are the same that, if I make a reference to some cultural phenomenon, I kind of explain it a little bit, usually, and I kind of avoid more, I don't know, I don't reference pop culture a lot. Like, I just stay away from it, and I don't know if that comes from that or if that's just more my style or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's weird because we would do comedy in English in a Spanish-speaking culture, so the people that came to the shows were all from different places, and even, like, if you get people from Norway, you're fucked. They're not going to laugh. Like, for some reason, Norwegians
even
are
if
just
they're
like...
enjoying it, right?
Yeah, all the Scandinavian people just sort of stare at you. A lot of people were speaking English as a second language that would come to the show. Yeah,
I know exactly how that is, because New York City's like that, too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the audiences are international.
Yeah.
And you'll go up there and you'll be like, everything should have been working.
It was a bunch of Swedes. What were you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the better MCs that I saw there, it must have sucked doing this night after night, but, he wrote jokes about Germany, and then he wrote jokes about, Australia, and he would do them night after night after night, but he would warm them up. I feel like I took that conversation over. I apologize.
No, it's fine. Perfect.
Yeah, so you spent 5 years there, so how long have you been doing comedy,
I think I'm on like 4 or 5 years now. But the first year and a half, I was running a storytelling show there, but that was once a month. And then I was doing stand-up comedy, but that was only once a week. So I knew once I started doing stand-up, I was like, oh, what have I been doing my whole life? Why haven't I been doing this? So
you got bit.
Yeah, I was like, I have to go back to the States now. So
So that's actually what brought you back. Stand-up.
Mostly, yeah. I knew
Yeah.
I was coming back, and then I got drunk and got fired from my job. So
Oh, okay. So that was part of it.
Yeah.
The real nice packaged version is, I came back to do stand-up.
Well, I was planning on it, but it was going to be like 6 months, and then I was like, oh shit, I only have enough money to get a plane ticket home. I better go now.
Yeah. So, like, right now, you run a room at a place called the Bardstown. I think it's one of the better mics.
Oh, thanks.
No, it's good. Here's I was having this discussion with Dan last time, was that all the mics here are like New York City bar shows. Like, they're on that level. Like, open mics in New York City are miserable.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that I've been to in New York, like, you get pretty short amount of time a lot of times, and then there's nobody but comics there.
Yeah.
So that makes it really unpredictable about what's going to work, because it's a lot different to make comics laugh than it is to make
For sure.
people laugh. You know?
Exactly. And then it's like, you think okay, so you've been doing this joke a lot in front of, like, comics, and you're like, oh, this is a new good one. And then you get it up in front of real people, and they're
like,
just like,
ugh.
I don't think,
They're like, what's wrong with you?
Wow. Good try. So you also work down at the Laughing Derby? That's the
I just do the booth there every once in a while. I fill in when they don't have anybody to run the sound over there.
But that's why, because you need to be around comedy all the time or something?
I don't know why they asked me, because I make a big deal about how I'm broke all the time, like I really need money, and so they were like, hey, you need money? And I was like, yeah, I do, but I also can't be working on Friday and Saturday night. When am I going to do comedy? So,
that's true.
Yeah.
But you probably get to meet, a lot of road dogs down there and stuff, right?
Here and there when I'm down there, yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. It was weird because now that I think about it, like, I was a waitress at, when it was the Comedy Caravan. Now it's the Laughing Derby. Like 10 years ago. That's when I got hit by a car. And I was working there when I got hit by a car. And I was about to start working the booth there when I got hit by a car. And then the weirdest thing was that I got hit by this car. My dad was driving by. He saw me.
Oh.
And then on the way to the hospital, I was in pain. Like, my shoulder is still messed up from that accident, right? But, like, because I was on my bike, I got hit by a car. I, flew out in the street or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you said you were working at the Caravan.
I was working there when I got hit by a car, so I was still trying to work as a waitress, and they were going to let me work the booth.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get hit by a car at the Comedy Caravan.
How did that even happen?
That was my job at the time. And then I got into a fight with my dad on the way to the hospital because I guess when he gets worried, he gets angry.
Yeah.
And he just started, yelling at me about how working in the sound booth was a job for losers.
Oh,
now, I'm almost 40 years old, and I fill in the sound booth. It's like a weird full circle thing. And then the settlement for that accident was how come I got money enough to go to Buenos Aires in the first place, because I never would have been able to do that if some terrible shit hadn't happened to me, and they were like, here, take this money, and it was not a lot of money, but it was enough
a chunk
to,
at one time, yeah.
And then I started doing, it's like all this weird kind of coming full circle.
Right. I think it would be dangerous for me to have a chunk of money at once. That's why I think God planned it out for me to be mildly broke forever. Not mildly broke. I've been severely broke. But,
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, nah, you're not going to live with a chunk of dough. Because then you get, retarded ideas. You know what I mean? I'm going to see how much of this I can snort at once.
Right.
Yeah. But, so comedy was kind of already on your radar.
I always wanted to do it, but I was just too much of a wuss,
Yeah.
I loved it. I was just so excited by it. And it was so weird because I didn't even realize what an open mic was. I was just a waitress down there, and I'd watch all the shows and be like, oh, this is great. I love it. Even the hackiest shit back then, I'd just be like, wow, I love this.
Oh, man. I was similar. I went to, right before I actually got on stage, I went every single week. No, I went every single night down to the Comedy Cafe in Milwaukee. And, I would see 5 shows a weekend, so I would see the same comics do the same jokes. And I started being able to dissect it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I fell in love with it instantly. And Yeah, you're right. I was every little thing, every little piece of crowd work. I was like, oh, it's amazing.
How can they do this? What are they?
Yeah, and then you get into it, and then you see the underbelly of it, and you get to see. You see the low moments, and you're like, oh, this is work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of I make a point of, staying through every show.
Mm-hmm.
But then, people will criticize you. People are always like, Kate, you're always filing your nails. And I'm like, I'm in the room. What am I supposed to do with my hands? I'm going to be picking my cuticles. I'm going to be picking my nose. I'm going to be scratching my ass. I'm going to be I got to be doing something. I can't sit still here and watch this joke for the 900th fucking time. And I just can't. I have to be doing something, but...
Yeah, I have that too, where, okay, I'll perform, and then I always in my head, I'm like, how many people do I have to stay for? When is it okay to leave?
I know.
In New York, they don't give a fuck. They'll be putting their backpack on as they're saying, good night, folks. Good night, folks, I'll see you later. And they just rush right out.
Well, everybody kind of assumes you've got some other place you gotta be, and you probably do, and if it's halfway across town, it's gonna take you an hour and a half to get there.
Do you remember any of your earlier material, the subject matter?
Yeah, I don't really do any of that stuff anymore. I had a bit about cock shots. That isn't really that bad,
Yeah.
It kind of evolved into a bit that wasn't terrible. But then, I remember there was this thing about Republicans and how homophobic they are. And, if we let gays marry, next thing you know, there are people going to want to marry pigs. I fuck pigs and I'm embarrassed about it. I totally dropped that shit, about the pig fucker, and I don't know.
I feel like you could bring it back. Didn't something just happen? Didn't some guy in England or something? I don't know. I have to look it up. This is where I admit that I don't know shit. I learn all of my information at open mics, all of my news. I'm like, oh, is that what's going on with it? You have to filter through the joke, though, to find out what the real story is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Or, late night monologues. That's where oh, okay, this is what's going on in the world. Yeah. Do you have any jokes, though? Because you know how, I don't ever really consider a joke finished, per se. So, I'll constantly rewrite a joke.
Right. There's always the potential to throw a few extra things in there.
Yeah. Do you ever save something or find a way of using something that you've retired?
Yeah, that Craigslist bit that I was doing last night? Or the night before last? I did it last night, but that did not go well. But, it's been doing well, and it's weird because I can see the evolution of my comedy because now I can do that bit and it's only jokes. But before, I would do that bit and it was a meandering story that, didn't really... It had a couple jokes in it, but now it's boom, 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 and I'm like, oh, these are all jokes. Hey, cool! But, sometimes I'll bring something back, but maybe I should do that more. But, I had this bit about tattoos... Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking about it last night, and I used to try to do a lot more goofy voices and goofy characters, throw them in there and have them say the dumb shit that I was embarrassed to say myself or whatever.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't do that as much as I used to.
So you got rid of hiding behind voices, and now you're just here, this is my thoughts on this, right?
Yeah, and I don't even know if I was hiding behind it. That was my approach to humor was not to be me. It was almost like, I'm not funny, but this retard is, I'm not supposed to say retard anymore. Sorry.
You said retard a lot on this one.
We did?
Oh, well, I said it once. No, you said it.
All right.
And then you referenced it, you said it. And then I referenced it, you referenced saying it. Oh, boy. All right. Well, this is the last episode of the Low Budget Show. Thanks for joining us.
The last one?
No.
We're getting canceled?
Probably.
Or you're getting canceled?
I don't think you can get canceled from YouTube.
You said faggot in the last one
Did
I watched, so...
Oh, man. And now you said it in this one. Oh, boy. Did I say faggot? Ah, fuck.
You're the one who edits it. I think you
We'll get rid of it.
Complete control.
You
can cut the retards.
Good.
That's what Hitler's plan was.
Where were we? We were talking about something. Oh, I've also done this too, where I'll write a joke and I'll perform it, and it gets nothing, and then you don't throw it away, but it's just there and it gets hidden in the back of your notebook, and then after a while you're like, oh, let me try this one again, and then you do it and it murders. You ever have that happen? Like it was marinating?
I forget stuff completely.
Yeah.
Like, I forget.
Yeah.
I've lost bits because I only have one word written down. I don't write the whole bit out. And then I'm like, what was it? And then I'll be thinking about it for like days. I'll be like, what was that?
Yeah.
What was it? And it's just gone.
Yeah. See, I write them all out. I do. I write them out over and over and over and over, and that's how I memorize them. But because I write them so many different ways, it keeps me from being robotic.
I feel like I have stuff memorized, but I just write down one word.
Yeah.
So it's easy to lose stuff. But then I record every set. So if I went back, I could maybe find it, but it would be buried in like years and years of recordings. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I'll do that too, though, where like I'll find an old set list and it'll have like a word on there because, you know, my set lists are just the name of the joke. But sometimes I'll call the same joke two different things, you know? Mm-hmm. And then like, I was like, what the fuck was that? What was that? What's retard head? What is that? And then you gotta go and try and do that.
Figure out what it was.
Yeah. I was trying to have fun with that again, but I don't know. I think we're gonna be in trouble by the AARP. Wait, that's not it.
All those old folks are coming after us.
That wasn't it.
American Association of Retarded People? Is that what you
think
it is? No, it's retired people.
Oh, no. No, but there is an organization with the R in it that does stand for that. Did you know that?
No.
National Association of NARP? That's not a thing. Hey, did you see my NARP card? I'm trying to get 15% off. I'm trying to get 15% off of bicycle helmets. We gotta cut that out. That's not gonna make it.
Damn.
Oh, that's not gonna make it to the final cut.
All these retard riffs, they gotta go.
Gotta take them out. Maybe I'll do this thing. There's a couple of techniques I use when I do this show. Once in a while, like if a story's going nowhere, I'll do like it's called a cataway. Do you apply to go to like festivals and stuff?
I should apply to more. I've been really, really broke, so I only applied to one this season and I didn't get it. Yeah. I did Accidental Comedy Fest in Cleveland, which was awesome. Like, I heard about that. It's the best because they put you up in a hostel and like sometimes there's food and you know, there's all kinds of shows in all different places and you meet a lot of people and it was really nice. Like, I really had a great time. I loved it. And I also did Laugh Fest up in Michigan.
Okay.
And it was my first year. I only got like 2 sets, and then I stuck around as a volunteer photographer, and I got to see a bunch of people. So that was good. Some like bigger shows. I got to see Pete Holmes, and I got to see some of the guys from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood. So that was nice.
Comedy, especially the business side comedy, is so tough.
Yeah.
Are you cool with having to live in obscurity forever if that's, like, your plot?
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. I mean, I'm, like, almost 40 years old. I'm not in shape. Like, what chance do I have of making it in any kind of a big way? Like, I think to be realistic about my goals is to just kind of look at it and say, you know, there's probably a way that I can figure out to become a road comic. You know, so right now, my major goal is to start featuring, and maybe in the next few years, I can make that happen. Like, I've got the material, you know, it's hard because I don't think that I'm great at making friends and making connections. Like, I'm kind of shy, and then a lot of times it's all these guys, and they're all like, rah, 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 and they're talking about fucking comic books or football, and I'm just standing there like, who cares about wrestling, you dumb fuck? Like, can we have a real conversation, please? This is not interesting, and that attitude isn't gonna get me anywhere, you know what I mean? Like, I'm bored, like...
Okay.
So it would be nice to, you know, get in there and be able to feel like, but I don't even feel capable sometimes of, like, joining the conversation.
Yeah.
I almost feel like the whole conversation is a bunch of elbows, like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go stand over here and look at my notebook. You know, like, what am I going to do?
I don't know. I'm not good at networking myself. I'd be cool in obscurity as long as I can just do this as a living.
I'd love to be able to make a living. That's my goal. That's all my goal.
I'd be
really
under the radar,
is.
never a household name. Just, I'd like to, you know, I'd be a road headliner. That's it. That's all I want. You know, I don't care. You know, we're just always writing new material. Always out there. Always performing. I don't think my liver can handle it though. I mean. I
had to quit everything.
Yeah.
I quit weed, I quit drinking, I quit smoking. I quit getting beaten up by strangers for fun. Like, I quit.
How was that fun?
It's fun for me.
You're like, yo, what's up, bitch? you just pick fights?
No, I'm talking about being a masochist.
Oh, man. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Choke me out. Choke me. Hit me with this.
I don't like getting choked out. I never could trust people to choke me. Ooh, not my thing.
Yeah,
not my thing.
I don't know. I've been with girls who are like into that, but I don't know. I don't feel right doing it. It's like it's not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have to like everything, you know.
I guess. Then I feel like, oh, I'm letting her down. Let me try to choke her, and then.
Here, I'll put this around your neck, and you pull on it until it feels good, okay? But it kind of depends what kind of vagina it is. Is it like...
Is it like one of those...
Flappy?
Yeah, flappy ones. Yeah, those are funnier.
Yeah, that's funnier.
Yeah. These ones? I hate these ones. The one that looks like it's ready to leave. You know what I mean? You're like, what are you doing? Hey, did you want to stick around? Take your jacket off.
Vagina's got some get up and go.
Yeah. You're going to spend the night, but your vagina looks like it's got to work in the morning. Oh, boy. Yeah, so that's basically the show. We do this, we talk about that. We have to cut some stuff out so that we don't get, we don't offend the 60 people who watch. 30 of them, I think, are my mom. But, yeah, so cool. Anything you want to plug?
I don't know. We have a great scene in Louisville. Lots of shows.
Yeah.
If you come through town, look up Louisville Laugh Center on Facebook. I list all the open mics.
Oh, it's right here. This is what I'm pointing at.
Oh, okay. Yes, this. Louisville Laugh Center on Facebook. I don't run it out of Twitter or anything else, but I just try to list all the shows that are happening in the area.
Even if you're not producing them?
Right.
Yeah, so it's basically, if you're going to be near Louisville, go to Facebook, Louisville Laugh Center, and you'll get the whole rundown of the whole scene, right? Everything?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, if you can stay on top of it.
Yeah,
but you're very punctual,
on top
so
of it.
you'll probably be... she'll stay on top of it. All right, that's our show. One more time for Kate Sedgwick. If you got a show, book her.
I love that.
And but if you can only book one person, book me. And that's it. So thanks for joining us. Come back next time where we're going to have on the show, we're going to have a guy who not only can prove that Bigfoot exists, but now that gay marriage is legal, he's going to marry him. All right, cool. That's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye. Bye.